Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Dr. Donna. Welcome to week 38 of 8. Last week I read Unvarnished. Here's what I have for you. I'd like to start by saying I read the book Unvarnished because I wanted to understand more about the bar business. Not necessarily because I drink, because as you know, I don't drink. But I wanted to understand what is this profession called bartending. I would like to say also that this book was an easy read. It was simple, even though it was over 200 pages, it was still a good book. Now, I do have some notes here because I want to make sure that I capture the parts that resonate the most with me. Number 1, your clients and customers deserve your best daily. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, your clients and customers deserve your best every single day. Doesn't that sound like real leadership? Number 2, nobody learns if you don't delegate. I talk about that in my book, Real Leaders Wear Pink. When I was a young second lieutenant in the Army, I did not want to delegate because I wanted to get all the credit. But no one was getting developed because I was not delegating and they weren't learning a thing. So you gotta delegate. Number 3, develop the skills of kind and considerate service. Quite often, I go to places and the service isn't that great and the customer service people aren't that kind. But when you are in business, especially when you are touching individual people or you're interacting with them, you need to be kind and considerate. And when you're hiring people who are interacting with your customers, they need to be kind and considerate too. And if they don't possess those skills, then they can't interact with the customers. Okay, what's up next? Success in the bar business takes a village. You can't think that you're going to open a bar and it's just going to be you and the customers. There are so many moving pieces to ensure that everything works perfectly. An interesting part of the book is that I did not know that ice is to bartending as what is a flame is to a chef. So there are all different types of ice that you have to use in order to make a drink. And you have to use a specific order to make the drink. So if you're serving a group of people, everybody's drink is coming to the table at the same time and it is chilling at the same time. Because as soon as you introduce ice into the mix, guess what? It starts watering down the drink. I had no idea. So that was an interesting takeaway for me. Next, learn to take things as they come. If you are trying to plan to have a great and wonderful day and things just start popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up and you start getting upset because it's interfering with your planned day, then you are going to miss out on all those growth and learning opportunities. So learn to take things as they come. I like to say first you get the lesson and then you get the blessing. And finally, simplicity makes life and business better. You have to keep your life simple. Now, how do you do that? Most of you know what I'm getting ready to say. You keep your life simple by losing the loser, okay? Loser or losers. Life becomes so simple when those losers get out of your existence. Does that make sense? What about the discipline? The discipline is that as I was going about my days last week, I had the opportunity to present the other side in multiple conversations. Most of the time, birds of a feather flock together. So when you're interacting with people, they generally have their position and their side to whatever the situation is. What I found was that I was in a bunch of different settings. I won't say a bunch, but several. There's only 7 days in a week where I was able to present opposite information. And my goal was not to try to change somebody's mind or their belief system, but to just give them more facts so that they could be informed about the decisions that they were making and the choices that they believe that they understood. And I would ask that you do the same thing. When you find yourself swaying towards a bias one way or another, take a moment and really go and get some facts about the other side, and then make the most informed decision that you possibly can. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Now, what book do we have this week? We have Insights into Excellence. Well, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. But before I get out of here, just remember the power of 8. Being disciplined and patient makes life great. Adios.